Hello, my name is Maya Santana Pilar, and I am your host for today's topic. Our topic for today is Petite Pageants. Is it really important to have one? How did the Petite Pageant started? As you know, the traditional MISS pageants or Miss Pageants usually have a height requirement, and that usually is a minimum of 5'6" or 5'7" and up. And so there's a lot of girls that are actually not able to compete in the traditional Miss Pageants because they're missing the height. And because of that, a lot of people or pioneers in the pageant industry has started the Miss Petite Pageant program. Most of these pageant pioneers of Petite Pageants were also former contestants who actually competed in the traditional Miss Pageants or MISS pageants, but did not win. And they finally realized why. Because they're missing the height. So that's the reason why they built the Miss Petite Pageant program. It's to give opportunity for all women who are 5'5" and below to have a chance of becoming a beauty queen, a petite beauty queen. Now, in the traditional MISS pageants, usually they would not say that they have a preferred height and weight. So it's really sad because, it's kind of like deceiving girls and make them feel that they have a chance to win a Miss competition, an MISS competition. But usually the organizers of the traditional MISS pageants would notify the judges of what they're looking for, and that is considering the height. Because in the traditional Miss pageants, the height is like an important factor. They consider that women who are tall are beautiful. And this standard was not started by the traditional MISS pageants. This actually was started by the modeling industry, because in order to be a runway model, you have to be 5'9" and over. And because the modeling industry and the pageant industry goes hand in hand, where to the winner of the traditional Miss MISS pageants would usually model and do runway shows for different designers that are sponsoring their outfits and gowns that they would be wearing throughout their reign. And that's the reason why they have put that criteria of the height, which is so important for modeling industries. Now, the pioneer directors of the Petite Pageants sees this as an opportunity to open doors for a lot of petite women and to prove to the world that even though you're short, you are beautiful and you have the right, like any other traditional Miss winners, to be a role model, to be a contestant, and to be a country's representative to an international pageant. As you know, the petite women have a different structure than a normal girl who has a very tall height, because they have shorter limbs, shorter arms, and sometimes they become really curvy and it looks like they're like in the chubby side. But that's not true, because if the girl really is aware of her health and her fitness, then if they eat properly and they do proper lifestyle, then they can be fit and they can be as beautiful as the traditional MISS or Miss winners. In Canada, there is only one petite pageant system, and that's the Miss Canada Globe Productions that produces the Miss Canada Petite and Miss Teen Canada Petite National Pageant category. Now, the Miss Canada Petite winner and the winner of the Miss Teen Canada Petite, also their princesses, are sent to international pageants that represents Canada at all these international world stage. So we will talk about them. Let's talk about the Miss Universal Petite Pageant system. The Miss Universal Petite Pageant system is an international pageant for petite women that has the Miss Petite and the Miss Teen Petite category. And this pageant is a 6-night, 7-day cruise, and that is held at the Carnival Paradise in Cozumel, Mexico. And the winner receives a lot of opportunities as a petite queen, because she does not only have a crown and sash, she also gets a cash prize, a performance-based cash prize. She gets to be represented by the Universal Petite Productions, and she gets to be in different fashion shows such as the St. Petersburg, Florida Fashion Week, Miami Fashion Week, and a whole lot more. She also does a lot of photo shoots and product endorsements for petite clothing brand line. The next one I would like to talk about is the Miss Petite International Pageant. And this international pageant is held in El Salvador, and it's produced by Francisco Cortez. And they have two categories. They have the Miss Petite and the Miss Teen Petite International Pageant system. The winner of this pageant system, the Miss Petite International, Miss Teen Petite International pageants, actually travels throughout South America, Central America, North America, and Asia, where they actually promote the petite pageant program. They also crown the winners in national pageants throughout the world, and get to promote the advocacy of the petite pageant. The next pageant I would like to talk to you about is the Miss Petite Mesoamerica International Pageant. So the Miss Petite Mesoamerica International Pageant is actually held in El Salvador, and it's part of the Mesoamerica International Competition. The main factor about this is to promote the indigenous and multicultural society of North America and South America. So the winner of this competition has a lot of promotion supporting the advocacies of the indigenous youth and promoting multiculturalism. The next pageant that I would like to talk to you about is the Miss Petite World Pageant System. The Miss Petite World Pageant System is actually founded by Kim Jeremiah, and she's based in Connecticut. And the winners of the Miss Petite and Miss Teen Petite World Pageant System becomes a spokesperson for a lot of charitable institutions. They're like the Miss World for petite women, but they're separate organization. And they're more about promoting charities and also doing a lot of honoring the service men or who are in armed forces or military of the United States of America. So they are in the Veterans Day Parade, which happens in New York. They also go to different international or national armed forces bases to provide entertainment and just be a celebrity that would bring smile in people's faces, especially to the people who are of service and out there to protect the country of the United States and for ourselves as well, and make sure that we live in freedom. So as you see, the Petite Pageant is growing, it's expanding, and let's say maybe in 5 years it will be even bigger. We're hoping that there will be more countries from Asia, especially because of the fact that most of the people in Asia are petite. Same thing as in Europe, especially Southern Europe and in Russia, because not everybody is tall. So, as you know, 85% of people in the world are actually petite. And this is a great groundstone for all petite women out there and have an opportunity to be a queen. There's an important saying that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. So I think that it's really good to have a petite pageant, especially in today's society, because it shows diversity and it gives opportunity for a lot of petite women who cannot be in a traditional MISS pageants. But, you know, as I mentioned, nowadays the pageantry is getting modern and they tend to have some or more petite women in a traditional MISS pageants. And we're just hoping that they would give an opportunity to crown a petite in a traditional MISS pageants. And that happened to Olivia Culpo, as well as other pageant queens, such as Gloria Diaz, who was crowned before from the Philippines, and she's a petite girl. So, hoping that it will continue on, that the modernization in pageants will happen and include a lot of petite girls, and hoping that they will crown a petite girl as a traditional MISS title holder. Thank you so much for joining us, and please hit the like, subscribe, and share this video to all your friends and families, and hit the bell button so that you can get all the important videos that we actually post, especially the new ones, and you can get your weekly pageant fix. Thank you.